Okay, so we are recording. I'm here with my Bruda Björn, and we're gonna go over the concept of creating a DAO. I have the vision, and I discovered something really interesting on a newer kind of blockchain structure network where we can actually build something solid, which is an exchange of value and linked to data with smart contracts. So within that philosophy, we can actually create a real DAO that is from end to end built on a blockchain-based ecosystem. So this is where I want to put my effort and energy into, is to get something solid built that can have actually a real world use case for the future, and that can bring added values to the people's life and at the same time bring added value to the community. So the idea is to create some kind of an end-to-end system where we can host people in a community-based form, which is also related to real estate investments or fractional ownership of real estate. So basically, I will become some kind of an agent within between to get things organized, and I'm looking for the right participants in order to do so. So let's get started. And here I have a little, let's say, atmosphere image where we can say, I really want to build a Smurf village. It's called DAO Buenavista. The concept idea is having like villages of Noah, which is coming from the Ark of Noah, a Plan B location, and it goes to fractional ownership of real estate governed by a DAO. It's important to understand how blockchain works, and it's very important to understand the concept of what is a DAO, but I will get into that in a bit later. So the three main things actually to understand is what is the intention and what is actually presented here. First of all, it's actually meant to create a like-minded B-plan location where we can actually have real estate in form of land with recreative look and feel, mobile assets, and self-ownership. So this will become more clear during the presentation a bit later. Creating a return of investment within the community. It's always important to manage the cash flow. There's always money involved. Nevertheless, for some people, this is a difficult exercise, but at the end, when it comes down to discussions or let's say the effort and the amount of money that is put into certain projects, it's really to understand the concept that money is energy and it has to flow in a way, but it also has to be managed in a proper way and very important in a transparent way. So it's the creation of a return of investment within a community where in that location events, educational, ceremonial, and workshops as activity are fulfilled within those premises. DAO software implementation. So once a proof of concept is actually built, I would love to have one or two different locations where we can actually have this set up. Once this base layer is actually built, it will be applicable for multiple locations, also different communities. But it comes to the point where we're going to have to build and create our own software with multiple use case for other communities and management, also real estate with multiple owners, with a return of investment formula with a transparent accounting and auditing. So first, I think we're going to go over for that, which is going to the building of the software. First of all, to get this actually done, I need to have different individuals or people around to participate within that concept in order to make this happen. I can organize, I can connect people, I can take care of a few things, but I'm not able to write code, or it might be necessary also to be connected with somebody that can take care of the administration and the accounting itself. Partners maybe as well in the future for participating for the greater good, to have also an own plan B, which is also a different location with joint forces in mind. So these partners or this DAO Buenavista itself, it should be some kind of a foundation or a registered company that is actually license holder of software, and also, let's say, an agent for diversification in real estate, and basically connecting people that wants to build or people that wants to park or diversify some money from the portfolio, and that wants to diversify and a like-minded location or project, right? So in general, is called the DAO Buenavista. The name Buenavista, everybody that knows me a little bit will know where this name is coming from. And why are we doing this? We are facing a massive shift in the society and all current structures in life. We can see this from our private lives, also within the corporational structure, within our own family, within our own social life, and last but not least, also within ourselves. There's a need for location to reload, to feel safe, to get inspirational growth, and also to reconnect socially with like-minded people. So I think everybody that is aware at a certain level will come to the same conclusion, that new relationships, new type of people where you frequent with and where you have the right frequency with, are actually vibing with you in a different way. And from step to step, we can see the shift within our society. It goes from conscious people to the unconscious people, and the split will only be more and more profound with time that evolves, to my opinion. So basically, when we come to the building of a DAO software, when you start to build something, when you build a house, it's very important to have strong foundations, right? So I think, to my opinion, from what I've been coming to a conclusion, ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, has a very strong foundation to build on. This will become more and more clear as long as you do your own research when it comes to the technical aspects of the network. But I will go to a bit further within detail along the way here within the Zoom call. It's governance by the token holders for the operations and investment and decision making. The tokenization of assets when it comes to land and real estate. There's a good application that is actually built on ICP. It's called Origin, which is also a Swiss-based company. It's called Origin, and this is the application for real-world assets tokenization. Transparent accounting on the own platform. The software can be used for multiple things: holiday rentals, communities, co-housing spaces, and co-working spaces. So basically, the first intention of this DAO Buenavista Corporation or foundation is actually build the software and then to make the software applicable within one or two examples to get this structured, right? From a software perspective. And once this is structured and once this is built, I think this will take at least between 2 and 5 years. Then this software will be also applicable for multiple use cases, which is holiday rentals, communities, co-housing, or co-working spaces. So first of all, what is a DAO? This is called a decentralized autonomous organization. We are floating from an old-based structure. All the corporations and most of the big institutional structures are built like that. I call them a pyramidal structure. It's a top-to-head structure. It's a control-based structure. And you have the CEO, the assistant CEO, and then the people around. So this kind of structure, on what you can see on the left side, will be demolished, which is actually happening now. But people get so much stressed out, they cannot stand also the control from top level. And then the topper level has to control the underlayer level, right? So what if we can all individually participate within an organization, and we can also follow our own passion and be operational and do our job or do whatever we need to do within an ecosystem that can actually manage this whole as a structure. So if we can individually and self-sustainably support a bigger structure on top, and we can participate within a network, then this is called some kind of a DAO structure, right? I call it a flower-based structure. So everybody is able to work individually, but it's very important to be transparent and is connected somehow in a specific way to the greater good, or to the bigger structure of the organization. And this goes also with governance and voting power and exchange of value. This is a different way of presenting the old way. So you have a CEO, you have a senior manager, middle management, senior management, supervisors, and the staff. But the staff doesn't know what kind of mindset and what kind of decision making the junior management has. So this comes to the point where the staff doesn't have trust within their overlords, which is the management structure itself. And the management structure itself has to position themselves in a control way. So this control, this dominator system doesn't work anymore, and will only be weakened out as time evolves within this new paradigm of time we are actually facing. So the better way to go is a DAO based structure, but for this you need some kind of a supportive network that can actually manage this, right? You cannot do this with the old bureaucracy as we are working now in the traditional way. So for this you need a solid network system that is able to carry this new way of organizing things. And to my opinion, ICP is the only one who can actually do that. So we will see this in many different ways. We can see this in institutional structures. We're going to see this in big corporations. We're going to see this also in communities. And step by step, we are going to face like DAO structured organizations in everything, and also to governmental way of doing things. So what is ICP? ICP is the next big thing when it comes to the invention of something really technically profound. Bitcoin was the first application when it comes to blockchain networking. A blockchain network is a new way to hook up computers, and with Bitcoin as the first application, it was possible to exchange value and the maintenance of wallets. If it goes in with you, it goes out on the other wallet, and this is basically giving you a new way of managing things and to be able to exchange value. Then the next big thing that came along was Ethereum, that was able to connect this exchange of value with contracts. A contract is a short way to create some kind of, it's an electronical way to write down a contract, and if the certain points of the contract are fulfilled, from that point on you can go over to an exchange of value. But when it comes to a contract as an exchange with the exchange of value, within that contract certain types of data are related to that contract. Until today, or which is happening now, on the applications that are built on Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, and so many other different smart contract platforms, the real deal is when that data, which is related to that contract, which is also related to the exchange of value, when this data can also be carried on a blockchain or in a decentralized way. And ICP, Internet Computer, is the real Web3, where we can actually have also the data related to the application is also defined within a decentralized way. From that point on, you don't come to any central point of failure, or you're not depending on third party, where you can have actually counterparty risks when you have a need on cloud-based systems, or where you have a need on having a website which is hosted on a different server. You are depending on the good work of your admin, which is your IT people that are actually maintaining your application. But when you have an application that is fully decentralized from the full stack, from front to end, where you have your website, your backend, your application, your exchange of value, the data that is related to the application. When everything is built in a decentralized way, you don't come to any point of central point of failure, which gives you the opportunity to have a secure application in general, right? And no manipulation is possible. Or when it comes to, in the future, in any cyber attack or any cybersecurity required to protect your app, won't be necessary if you build your full stack on a decentralized network, which is till today the only network that can actually carry this. This is ICP. So that's pretty clear for the people that understand blockchain and understand the technical aspects of ICP and really understand what does a DAO means. Then we will be able to continue, let's say, the explanation of the full concept. So it's very, very important to understand these concepts. Right? What is a blockchain? What is ICP? What is a DAO? You really have to understand this before you can actually can see the whole picture of what I'm about to explain now. So first of all, if we want to build an application, any kind of agreement, any kind of thing that we want to get started with, if you create a DAO, it's very important to have your base layer as some kind of a protocol. So whatever you want to create, wherever there's a need to have a network built where it comes to exchange of value, and when it comes to maintaining value, and multiple participants are actually attending this application, there you need to write your own protocol. You have to write yourself or within that application based on the agreements and the basic principles of the whole concept or project you want to work on. So in this case, let's say we're going to talk about the building of a community, and it's also related to investments when it comes to land or real estate. So we have people involved that are actually add value within their energy that they maintain the premises, the real estate, and people that actually are investing in that. And also there's also some kind of rotation within capital or money flow that comes along with that is created by the activities that are actually done within that community, right? So for that, we need to think really hard on how we're gonna write our basic principles and the main vision of the whole concept of the community. So with that being said, imagine we have everything set. This is the vision, this is the intention, this is how we're gonna build everything, this is how we're going to create really return of investment. This is the amount of participants we're gonna allow. This is the way we're gonna share also the voting power for the governance of that community, which is also very important. How are we going to share all the things? Oh, we got 10 minutes here. Okay. So writing the code and writing the protocol as a base layer is really important here. The white paper of your project, which is called also the blueprint. Writing and code, writing the principles, coding those writings is the protocol of the future applications to be built. It's pretty solid and it's pretty easy to write code within this new ecosystem, which is ICP. The language which is written is Motoko. So the Motoko language is the new language of code that is actually used on Internet Computer Protocol. For the people that can write Java or JavaScript or different languages are also allowed to build them. Still today, it's possible to learn that language for free. It's called Motoko Bootcamp. It's 1 week of bootcamp, and people that are interested in learning that language are able to do so for free till today. But I don't think it will stay free. But actually, I'm really looking for somebody that is able to write code and has the intention also to support the project for future coding within these future applications that will be built on the DAO Buenavista. The base layers and the modules are able to be found on the Internet Computer Protocol website. So all the tools are actually already built and are there to use to actually write your own DAO. So it seems to be like it's kind of a WordPress with different modules that are existing that you're able to actually do that. So you write your protocol. This is a proposal. This goes also to, let's say, the governance system that is actually based as a base layer built within the network. So these tools, these blocks of code are already existing, are already tested out, and it's just some kind of a plug and play for the one that is writing code to use those blocks for your own DAO, and then you can change a few things, but the base layers are there, which is also important as a base layer within the structure of the fundamentals of the network as a governance system. So governance is very important if you are participating with several people. It's important that the governance goes into a transparent way, and this is the better form of democracy, right? So you can vote, you can share your voting power, and you can actually give voting power, but you as a shareholder, you can actually also participate within the governance. Is it in the DAO? Is it in a community? Is it related to future investments? Is it related to the daily operations? Whatever is necessary, governance is possible, and it's possible to do that in a very transparent way. So to vote on proposals, you need to have some kind of a proposal written down by any attendee, and it's basically yes or no. And then you can actually see for the amount of people that actually are agree to that. And you can see here, this is the base layer for any DAO that is created on the network that a governance system is ready to use. It's just a matter of adjusting the things, and then if you have your basic proposal or basic protocol, after the launch of the protocol, then the future governance has to go through different proposals, and based on the voting power, based on the agreements that are made within that voting, then you can actually change and manage your DAO in a way, right? So what is also very important, if you need to digitalize your management system, and if you need to digitalize your valuable assets, it's important to tokenize those physical assets within digital assets. So this link, this transformation from the physical to the digital is important to do that, and on a proper application that is actually also built on ICP, and that application is called Origin. Origin is a Swiss-based company. They are already in operation since 8 years. So that's not some kind of a fast application that is actually quick built on some kind of a network. These guys are very solid. They have their foundations also in Switzerland, and they're very much close related also to the founder of ICP. But this application is extremely important in order to build something, because it's very important to transfer in a certificated way your physical valuable assets. Is that a house? Is that land? Are these machines? Is that a car? Is that tools? Whatever has to be digitalized. So this is applicable within your application, and is also related to some kind of a value. So I'm going to stop for a second here the recording. So I'm going to divide this recording in two. This is the first part, which is very technical. I try to explain it in a very easy way. I'm gonna ask my friend Bruda Björn if there are any questions, and I'm gonna ask her to unmute. Okay. Are there any questions, Björn? Because I have 3 minutes left here before I take
So,
record second part.
so if I understand it correctly, you are now, so we have ICP, which is the protocol which could be the platform for your vision to build upon. And
Yeah.
now you need some more clarity about your vision, in what way, for example, the investors get, and in what way the people who wants to who will manage the property in a way, and how they can coexist together. Am I right?
Yeah. So the intention is to create a system, a DAO-based ecosystem built on strong foundations in order for these two parties to merge and to make something happening and to make something working, right? It's very important to connect energy and money with an investment and return of investment. So money flow, energy flow is really important to merge, and the governance and the management system that goes along with that is really important, and it's very important to do this in a transparent way and to make sure everybody is like involved when it comes to the governance. So now I was explaining the technical side or the possibilities. The second part will be more as what is actually possible. So now that's pretty much boring, but it's really important to understand what is a blockchain, what is a DAO, and what is the tokenization, and what is ICP.
So it's the Buenavista, Buenavista, the harmonizer.
Maybe something. Maybe, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording. I'm gonna go over into the next part when it comes to more to the physical use case, right?
Good, good.
Okay.
See you in a bit.
Okay. Okay, welcome back to the second part. We ended here with that slide, which is related to the tokenization of physical assets. So that's really important to digitalize everything that has value and that is actually part of the whole community and the operation also of the community. Land and real estates are the first things to tokenize, but also when it comes to tools or cars or whatever that is actually necessary for the operation will have to be tokenized in a certain way. This becomes very, very clear when you understand the technical aspect of it. So Origin is the company that is doing the tokenization on everything that is built on Dfinity. By the way, no financial advice, but Origin, I think, is a pretty solid application to maybe invest also. Once you have tokens of ICP, you can actually purchase also tokens of Origin. This is actually required to own Origin tokens in order for you to tokenize anything that you're going to build on. So I already bought Origin tokens to use maybe for the future in order to tokenize physical assets. So this can maybe also be a very good investment. Origin certificates, it's very important that this has a legal structure. Switzerland is the country to be in. So far, so good. Switzerland is one of the only countries that actually providing legal structure to manage digital assets with value. It's 100% on chain, it's cost efficient and immutable. Once the certificate is done, once the tokenization is fulfilled, there's no way to undo that or to manipulate anything. But it's also very important to have a legal structure. And this is done in Swiss, okay? So one of the examples and the big corporations that they are actually working with is Metalor. This is not some kind of a little company. This company is doing the distribution of gold bars, and is a worldwide famous company that exists many years. It's existing even before 1900. It's based in Switzerland since 1859. So that's not some kind of a small company. So when you have the trust of this kind of company, this means to me that is a very solid company that is doing the digital work from the physical to the digital, right? So they are able, through the Yummy application, to actually have NFTs of gold. NFT means non-fungible token. So Origin, Metalor, Internet Computer, they are actually, you know, related, and you can say those companies are pretty much top firms. To my opinion, Origin might be blue chip within the ecosystem of ICP for the future. So Yummy is the one who's doing the distribution of the NFTs and is related to those big companies. So land tokenization, this will be also, of course, possible within that application, which is Origin. The foundation was established to launch a decentralized protocol called Origin, a real-world asset blockchain platform digitizing safeguards valuable real-world assets, physical, human, and intellectual assets. So diplomas, medical information, human capital, as called as well, will be able to be tokenized. Everything that has value, everything will and will be necessary to digitalize in order to work within the digital ecosystem. Yeah, so if you digitalize or if you tokenize land, I think GPS coordinates and also pictures and measurements are the tools in order to subscribe this tokenization. So that comes to the point where the data is related to that specific private and public key of the token. The data that goes along with is defined on the same network and is not somewhere hosted on a central cloud-based data clouds. So when you have the link, or when this data is related also on that blockchain, then you come to the point when everything is very secure. Also, physical buildings can be shared or can be divided within different digital assets. You can choose, for example, a property can be divided in 100,000 pieces, but it can also be divided in 20 or 10,000 or whatever. So everything that you write in your own base protocol must be done as subscribed within that protocol. So it's very important to make sure in advance everything is written within your protocol for the future of your way of working, or how you're going to handle your operation, or how you're going to divide all the valuable assets. So applications are now, popping up, but the one that is really important to me is the one that is actually built on a strong foundation, which is ICP. And everything that is built, for example, on Solana or Ethereum, has a central point of failure, which is the cloud-based data, central cloud-based. And it's important also to have a good token distribution. There's that is written within your white paper, how you're going to distribute your tokens, what are the assets that are participating within that DAO, and from that point on you can also share with your voting power in order to do the governance of your DAO. This can be like Chinese, but it's really easy to understand once you understand the technical aspects of a blockchain, ICP, real-world asset tokenization, and also transparent governance. So the token holders are participating in governance. They are claiming also their ownerships based on the investment that has been done, and they are participating also in the profits that are made within the return of investment. So let's say basically that is the return of investment, right? If you invest in a house and you have the intention to rent out the house for holidays, it's important if you deduct all the costs from the operation, that the profit is actually shared with the owners of the house, right? So now we come to the point where you have also transparent accounting on the platform. I think we can use very easy existing software that is actually able to be hosted also on ICP. So many different applications are already existing to do the accounting. So this is also very important to do that to do this in a transparent way, and to share this with all the participants within the DAO. It goes to recording of transactions, the documents, the bills, the invoices, and also the cash flow. Software can be used for different applications. Once we have one or two use cases where we can actually have the implementation of the software and the link within the physical, this will be also possible to use for many different use cases. Holiday rentals, for example, with multiple owners, communities. Numundo is one of the examples that is actually covering and is doing the whole management of the communication for participants in different communities worldwide. It's a very interesting website if you want to find different communities worldwide. Numundo, this is really a very good website to visit. So work, trade opportunities. They have many different centers worldwide. Co-housing is also an example where you can use that software. Colloc House, I know the founder of that application. He's dividing big houses in different units, and you can actually co-house within those, big houses. Also for co-working spaces, this is a little bit more complicated, I think, but I don't want to put my energy within that. First of all, I'm interested in a community built on a very nice Plan B location, which is not too much depending on the Western world, actually. Mobile asset self-ownership. So building this Plan B location with like minds. So this is the first intention also, to have location outside of Europe or in the south part of Europe, or somewhere where it's pretty much far away from the big city. First of all, it's important to find a location with land. That land can be divided within different participants. And on that land, you can put tiny houses or yurtents, or you can build actually a house. But when it comes to mobile assets, maybe we can keep that in self-ownership. So you can ship this from Belgium or different central locations. For example, we have some land in the south of Portugal, or somewhere on an island, or somewhere in Eastern Europe. And there's a participant who really wants to have his own tiny house. He can actually build this within his own country, which is most of the cases probably in Belgium, for example. And once this is built, you can actually ship that with a container to the location, and you keep the ownership of your own house. And then you can rent it out, whatever is necessary or whatever is possible. This is actually to be scripted within the protocol, or if things need to change, it's possible to do that within a proposal. And when this is approved by the majority, this can be implemented in the protocol. Covered areas and station spots of caravans and vans. So first of all, it's important to find a location and to work on with the land. You can actually buy or build your own tiny house within that spot. it's important to create some kind of a plug and play land locations where you can have the drainage of water, where you have water supply, where you have electricity supply, and it comes to the point where you can actually have some kind of a plug and play. Different types of tiny houses exist already. This becomes very popular. It's very possible to ship that worldwide, whenever, what location, to put that on very exclusive and very nice spots. It's just a matter of organizing things and to get along with different people. I really like the concept also of yurt tents. These are a little bit more vulnerable when it comes to the weather conditions, but it's basically same concept, same idea as a tiny house. Covered spaces for caravans or vans. I really want to build something where you can have also a decorated area. I'm thinking about back on the Smurf Village idea, to have like a mushroom built out and a covered space where you have your plug and play station for a van or a caravan. Yeah, this it's not like a camping space, but you know, you can see it as that as well. It's just an idea. I don't say it has to be like that. It's just something that comes to the mind. Different types of vans, nice concepts. And at the end, it's important to build your own Garden of Eden, self-sustainability, growing own vegetables, and you know, having animals on the side is very, very, you know, nice. Once this is built, and once this is organized, and once this is funded, and once we have all the right participants within a certain community, and the software is actually implemented and is actually, you know, in operation, from that point on, it will be necessary also to create some kind of return on investment, because maintenance is also costing money. It's costing efforts and it's costing money, right? So a creation of return on investment within the community is important. And this can go through events, education, coaching, ceremonial experiences, and workshops. So events, coaching, ceremonial experiences. That's why a yurt tent is really cool to have that. People are looking for these kind of locations also to evolve within their spiritual growth, and to connect, especially people that are going through their awakenings phase. Yeah, this is more and more interesting. And also workshops and plants, and yeah, self-sustainability and fresh food are really the key things here to keep in mind. It's very important to connect people in a very specific way, and in a very transparent way. So I thank you for the attention, and I really hope you enjoyed the presentation. For sure, I'm going to do this more often when it comes to live Zoom meetings, but this is something I wanted to record as a first step to do so. I thank you very much for your attention, and I'll see you later. Ciao. Ciao, ciao.